24 hours have passed since I introduced the sealed test tube containing the queen and her workers into the terrarium. Right now, I'm going to release them into their environment. This is so exciting. But first things first, let us turn on the lights. This is the side view of the terrarium. This right here is the 3-tiered acrylic container that contains the queen and her workers in the first tier. Now hopefully with time, this colony will grow and multiply in numbers and they can occupy the second and the third tier as well. However, the ideal situation is for them to explore their full environment and for them to settle into that money tree plant. Okay, let me zoom into the queen. There you go. Wow. If I'm not wrong, there is an additional 2 to 3 more workers from yesterday. Look at them go. There's a group of workers here tending to her eggs, and then there's a bunch of them right here tending to the queen itself. The workers and the queen are actually nibbling on the wet cotton wool right here, probably drinking water. This is the mouth of the test tube. As you can see, it's actually protruded out of the acrylic container, and there is a gap between the bottom of the test tube to the bottom of the tank. So I'm going to use this stick to act as a bridge between the opening to the ground. Alright, let's talk about food. Ants, like human beings, need a source of sugar, protein, and water to survive. We've already got water covered. For sugar, I'm going to feed them honey. For protein, I'm going to feed them mini mealworms. I'm also going to use this white plastic sauce holder to plate their delicious meals. This is how I'm going to do it. To allow the ants easy access to their food, I'm going to cut out a portion of this plastic sauce holder, like this. There. So the ants can go straight in to collect their food. Now, how much honey should one feed your colony? I would say just 1 small drop will do, like this. If you put a puddle of honey, your ants would actually drown in them. So what I would do is, every time they finish their honey, I would replenish it with another drop. This is how I'm going to serve my colony its mealworms, chopped into small little bits like that. The reason I'm doing this is because a regular sized mealworm has the ability to injure and sometimes kill an adult weaver ant, and I can't afford any losses at this moment when my colony is still at its infancy. Before I pull out the stopper, I'm going to place these 2 dishes right at the mouth of the test tube, like this. Alright guys, this is the moment that we've all been waiting for. I'm going to remove the stopper and quickly attach this stick from the mouth of the test tube to the bottom of the tank. Here we go. There. Okay, the first 2 ants have started to venture out of the test tube. Look at them go. Okay, now 4 of them are out. Come on, the world is yours. It's a brave new world out there. Come on man, take the first step. Cross that bridge and get your reward. Oh, and I didn't even notice one ant has actually made his way to the dishes. Yes, yes. Come on, go and claim your prize. I wonder when this ant is going to realize that there's actually food in the center of the dish. Right now he's just going all around it. Silly guy. So the ant that has discovered the dishes is now actually on his way back to inform the rest of his mates about the whereabouts of food. So it's just a matter of time, more of them will come streaming out to collect their prize. And here they come. Jackpot! Taste the sweet taste of success. Look at him go. He's just addicted to that stuff. Hey, why wasn't I invited to the buffet? Jokes aside, these ants are actually storing this honey in the upper portion of their digestive system. Upon returning to the nest, they are going to regurgitate this honey and feed the other workers and of course the queen herself. This process is called trophallaxis. Come to think of it, this is actually their first meal ever in their lives. And to have honey as a first meal, they must be in heaven right now. Wow, this is a rare view of the underside of a queen weaver ant. Check this out. I'm gonna zoom this in for you guys. So beautiful. I have to say, this queen is actually quite productive. I just did the count. There is about 8 to 9 almost fully formed larvae and about 9 to 10 eggs. So if she keeps this up, this colony is gonna get real big real soon. So here you can see the worker ants performing trophallaxis with the queen. It looks like kissing, but it's not. Okay guys, I think I'm gonna call it a day tonight and leave my ants here in peace to do their thing, you know? Hopefully by tomorrow, the ants would have discovered the mealworms and brought them back into their colony for consumption. As for me, I'm gonna head to bed, so good night and see you tomorrow. Good morning! Hi guys, it's day 3 of Project Adam and Weave and it's 9:51, so let's check out how the ants are doing, shall we? Alright, the first thing that I noticed this morning is 3 pieces of the chopped up mealworms have already been moved into the colony. As you can see, there are another 2 ants here checking out the remaining 2 pieces, and I believe that they're soon going to move it into the colony as well. Okay. There she goes. Come on. Nice, I love it that they're using the bridge. Another piece of mealworm coming up, mama. Okay, there's actually quite a lot going on right here in this frame. You can see the queen, she's tending to her eggs. Notice that the eggs are always clustered together. Whenever her eggs are scattered, the queen actually gets really stressed out and she will gather the eggs so that it can all be closed and bunched up next to her. And beside the queen to the right, you can see 3 weaver ants nibbling and probably extracting the fluids out of the mini mealworms that they captured. So this is a good sign. It means that the ants are able to find food, bring them back, nourish themselves, and in turn feed the queen. Alright guys, before I close out today's video, I would just like to share some of the observations that I made this morning. I observed that the ants have completely stopped exploring the larger extent of the tank. They have largely kept to their test tube and also the 2 dishes that I laid out for them last night. This goes to show that once the ants secure their food source, I don't think they find a need to venture out any further. Of course, their number 1 priority is always to protect the queen and guard the queen and her eggs. So, what will be the fate of this colony? Will I be successful in raising them in captivity? Tune in to the next episode of Caleb Creates to find out. In the meanwhile, lots of love and adios.